What's up, guys? Welcome. Man, we don't even do that no more. You feel me? What's up, fellas? Who I said this motherfucker? What's up,
What's
fellas,
going
man?
What's
fuck
good,
on?
man? What's
What's up?
poppin'?
Word.
What's
I know y'all
up?
What's
missed
up?
me, man. I know y'all missed me on this basketball show. I know I
That's
was
right.
out of here for the
Moved
first
back,
few
man.
days and stuff, but I'm back.
We've been struggling
Let's
with
get
that
it.
move, but we here today for you guys, man. We're here for you. But yeah, we got some tasty treats in store, man. Happy Halloween. If your kids out there, trick or treat, be safe. Check that candy.
I was just say, check that candy.
Check that
Check the
candy.
candy.
Your parents
Take
checked
all the
your
good ones.
candy, and if your parents didn't check your candy, they was fools. You
And
feel
if
me?
you're taking all the Reese's, do better because your kids deserve some Reese's.
No. Take all the Reese's, parents. Take all them damn Reese's. Eat all the motherfucking Reese's, because that's what I'm gonna eat. You feel me? But nah, how you fellas feeling today? We got Boo Out Movies back in the building. The cast is here. What's up, fellas?
I'm feeling real good today. I just want to give y'all and the viewers a look at my Halloween costume for when I go trick or treating later. You feel me? Yes, sir. Real anime head. Shout out to my boy Toby.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not going. You feel me? I'm home and I'm home for the night. I worked. I'm tired. If I do anything, it's But yeah, man, basketball is it's underway, man. Who I might like to hear this, but the Bucks are starting the season off 5-0. 5-0. Giannis 30
look,
and
man.
10.
Look, man. Let me say this for the audience too, man. Boo-Wop is a fan of basketball. Giannis is not my favorite player. I just think he's the best player in the world. And to me, if you truly are that player, these type of things aren't shocking. I think the Bucks have with or without Chris Middleton, like I always said, was a very good team still. So it's early in the season. I'm not making a whole lot of it. I'm not saying he's going to win the title this way, but I'm not surprised by this. Nah, not at all.
I thought they were at least taking one loss already, but I mean, shit. The way Giannis has been looking, and I heard an interesting stat the other day. Obviously, it's probably not true now because what I'm saying, he didn't shoot that well from three-point the other night. But I heard a stat. It was like there's only two players that were undefeated, shooting 50% from the field and like 40% from the three. And that was Giannis and De'Aaron. I was just like, whoa, okay. He's like one.
How many attempts? I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, that's why I had to go look it up. But
how many attempts?
It's a clouded stat. But
on 2 attempts, he makes 1 out of 2.
It's a clouded stat because De'Aaron's not that good of a shooter either. So obviously it's not that. It's a clouded stat. But I was just like, okay. And then I went to go look at the record and I was like, all right, y'all undefeated. I see y'all for sure. But
we got Bucks fan over here. Boo out.
I told you, man.
I
respect.
I remember what you did to me in the last playoffs, man. I ain't forget what you did to me. Bobby! Drew!
It was a great game.
I didn't forget that, boy.
It was a great game. We was live watching the game live, kind of. You know what I mean? I couldn't help it, man.
Hey, y'all just was throwing it in Troy face. You feel me? I got the last laugh last year, and I'm going to start laughing this year.
Hey, Golden State got the last laugh.
I'm talking about your Bucks 30 and 10 Giannis.
Oh, hey.
I got the last laugh. I didn't say the Celtics got the last laugh. I said I got the last laugh. Because we got them up out of here. You feel me? But now it's a good start for, the Bucks, I mean, it's whatever. They're a good team. You feel me? We right behind them 4-2. We ain't too far.
Yeah, they're playing really good basketball.
They are. So Cleveland right now is 5-1. You feel me?
Cleveland's playing out of their mind right now.
I told you guys this. I told you Cleveland to me could be a top 4 team in the East.
Honestly, I don't.
What about the Brooklyn Nets, though, Troy?
Hey, I knew. Whoo!
We ain't there yet. We got to go down the list.
Oh, we ain't there yet.
Yeah, they second
We
and
ain't there
last. They
yet.
second and last. We gotta ways down the east before we get to my Nets. You feel me? But I
Ah,
will address the Nets. I will. I'm not gonna dip in darts. I'm not G baby.
Who,
Shout out
who,
G baby.
who, who, let's address one person, Troy. Let's just address that guy.
Who Ben
elephant in the
Simmons?
room.
Benjamin, Benjamin Simmons.
Ben
That guy.
Simmons? He
Benjamin.
still ain't right, bro.
Man, I mean, I was talking to shout out to my bro Theo. We was talking about this on Clubhouse. And that's the, in my opinion, quote unquote, the new excuse. It's his back, he's still not right.
Wait, they
I
said his
said the
hamstring.
same thing.
They said his hamstring, not his back.
I mean, he's injured. He's just not right.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but that's what I'm
Like,
saying. But I'm not making excuses for him. Ben should have came back, and everybody wants. And I see the talking. I'm in a lot of forums on Facebook, as you guys know. I always bring it up on the show. I see the talk on Ben that Ben needs to step up. Ben's not doing what he's supposed to do. Ben's done. Like, I get it. Like, I'm just not willing to go out and be like, all right, I'm done with Ben Simmons. Like, no, you just give him some time to get back in basketball shape or playing the game of basketball. Like, that's what he needs to do. He took a year off. All right, now get back. He's going to have some nagging injuries, but is he going to play through them? Is he going to be productive through them? That's what we need to see. It's still early. It's only 6 games into this. 82 games is 6 games. I'm not panicking on the Nets being 1-5. I'm not.
They're not really playing good defense right now, though.
I'm not panicking on the Nets being 1-5. Sorry. Now, could they? If you're talking about me saying they'll be a top 3 team, that might not happen. I could admit that, but I'm gonna stand my ground for now. You feel me? 10 toes down.
as you said,
I think
it's still early. I ain't kicking them out the playoffs yet. I'm just saying, like, I told you they would have growing pains.
No, 100%. The Warriors are having growing pains.
Big time.
I don't think they having growing pains. I think
we're having adjusting pains right now.
Yeah, that's what they're having.
They're having
a really big adjustment pains right now.
Like the Rams.
Losing Gary Payton the second.
Yep.
Losing Otto Porter Jr. Those guys.
Keep going.
There's a lot of excuses.
Toscano Anderson.
I hear a lot of excuses.
Those were guys with defenders, man.
I was gonna say those were some key defenders.
No, 100%.
And us losing them caused a lot of turmoil in defensive rotations, defensive win shares.
No, 100%. Your defense is going to suffer from that. I'm not knocking that. But back to the East, man. Cleveland, number 2. You got Boston, 4-2, tied with Atlanta right now. We're 4-2. Are you guys liking Atlanta? You liking Trey and
I am a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a lot. A whole lot. I know that those first couple games where they took that loss to the Hornets, everybody was kind of like, "Whoa, what's going on?" But hey, they've been putting on some clinics, man. Like, I know they lost to the Bucks the other night, but 42 from Trey, like, man. And then you still had 20 plus from DeJounte, but then it's like, that's what I'm saying. Drew Holiday's playing some good basketball right now because you get 34 from him, and Giannis, like, and Drew Holiday doing on the other side. It's like that's a monster. You can't really stop like that.
Mm-hmm.
So although Atlanta, I do like the way they're playing. It's just when you run into that Milwaukee Bucks team, it's gonna be different. Like they coming at you for sure. And I don't think just DeJounte and Trey is gonna be able to get over that get through that beast that there is Milwaukee. But we'll see though. It's still early.
I mean, anything can happen in the playoffs. You just need the right matchup, man. Mm-hmm. Upsets happen, There was a time where the AFC made it far in that playoff.
That's a good point. Doesn't
happen often, but it can happen. That's all I'm saying. It can, even if it's a 1% chance. That means it can happen.
Yep, that's true. They are getting a lot from the role players as well.
Well, I can look at you. What's up, Bua?
Yeah, I'm checking you out, brother. I'm trying to see what are you insinuating? Are you trying to insinuate something here?
What do you think I'm trying to insinuate?
All right.
What do you think
Atlanta,
going on here?
Stay clear of Milwaukee, man. You know what I mean?
Listen, anything can happen.
see them as late as
I want the
possible.
Milwaukee Bucks.
You
The
want to
second
you
round
wish you
again. Give
if
them the second
if you
round
beat the
again.
Milwaukee Bucks, man, in the East, man, like you
You
should feel
got.
like you can win the title. Like
I
that's
felt like
real.
that this year. What are you talking about?
Absolutely.
I you should have. Clearly, they made it to the finals.
I
They
mean,
just didn't
and
get it
y'all,
done.
and honestly, y'all could have won. Honestly, shit, y'all could have won.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, that's not a bad
We ain't
not a
here.
bad take
The
though.
team we need to get back on is in the other conference. You feel me?
I think Atlanta could possibly make it to the second round, but I don't see them getting to like the Eastern Conference. I think them if they was to see in Atlanta possibly a Celtics in the second round, they'll lose.
Shit, I think if they come up against the 76ers too, they might lose their one.
Now that's a team I could see them potentially
I think
scaring
this
a little
second
bit
time
more.
around, I don't think if Embiid is healthy and James is healthy, I think Embiid shows his ass. Like
Yeah,
shows
but
his ass like Jokic shows his ass. Like not with the passing, we know he ain't gonna do that, but nigga going for 40 and 10 every night. Like 40 and 12, 40 and 13. That's gonna be Embiid if he come up against Atlanta again, because he gotta right that wrong. He know he was wrong. He did some, so he had a lot of mistakes in that series too. Don't think he
That's
don't think about
true.
that as a player.
True.
Like, all right, yeah, I know I'm saying it's on Ben, but it ain't really on Ben. I could have did this better. Could
Yeah.
have did this better. If Joel is healthy around the time, if they match up against Atlanta, Joel is going into that series trying to kill somebody.
Yeah. Honestly, he's coming back for his get back, and honestly, I think that's what he needs. I think that's what he needs. He needs that get back, man, because that was ugly. Honestly, it was real ugly. But I think if Atlanta can put together constant scoring with DeJounte and Trey, and they can get at least something from their role players and their bench, I think they might be able to scrape by Philly. But that's only if they can get enough from, because I know you already know what you're going to get from Trey and
But
DeJounte,
if you get a healthy James Harden,
and that's the
the
problem.
skinny James Harden,
And
I
that's the
think you
problem.
got to help James Harden right now. James is playing okay for the most part. The
yeah,
He's
problem
not
with
playing
Philly
bad
is,
basketball. He's playing pretty good basketball right now.
yeah, the problem with Philly is one, Embiid's not in the best shape that he
yeah.
needs to be in.
Yeah,
True.
And
midseason he'll be where he needs to be. He just got to stay healthy up until that
yeah,
point.
but
Yep.
they need to find the dynamic that truly works for them. I
Mm-hmm.
think James Harden has to take a back seat because I think he's the only player that at this stage in his career that can take a back
Yeah.
seat. Like
But who is he
Maxi, you
taking a
can't
backseat to?
make a
Maxi?
young bull like Maxi to take a
Yeah.
back seat. He's a bull. He
Honestly,
ready to
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And
And he does
Embiid's
a
your
lot
best
for
player.
you. Yeah, he
You
does a
need
lot
him.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to let him leave. You got to let him unleash, because
Now
that
I
44
could
the other
see a
night, I was like,
scenario
yo,
where now I said this too. I could see a scenario because I believe this. Because Philly's defensive, they're a nightmare too. Like PJ Tucker can't anchor your defense. He could
that's
be
true.
good on your defense, but he cannot be the best player on your defense. Joel
That's true.
Embiid can be. If Joel Embiid kind of say, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of focus on this end a little bit more, and maybe that could work as well. But I definitely think somebody has to take a back seat. Somebody can't come out here and want to score 20 points every night.
I think
And I
Joel
and
Embiid needs to, though. Honestly, if I think if the Sixers want to take that leap and
Yeah, he's got to
want
average like
people,
28 and
if
11 for
they
me.
he has to take that, he has to take that defensive side at least more serious than he has been, in order for them to be looked at as formidable in the playoffs, late in games. Because it's like, if you can if teams know that they can attack the paint late, because they know Joel is probably going to be gassed because he's going hard on the offensive side, they're going to key on that. You know what I'm saying? So if
That's a
yeah,
Joel
good
can
point.
step up and take some of that defensive load, especially in late games, that's going to propel them to, you know what I'm saying, to different heights. I'm not saying championship, but I'm saying that's going to take them to that next level.
oh, I think it could be I think this team should be upset if they don't make the Eastern Conference like
Absolutely.
finals. Like that, this
Absolutely.
team should
And
be upset.
that would be tough though, because I mean I get why
It's
you're
gonna
saying
be tough.
upset,
I'm not
but
saying that.
you got to look at who's that possible matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals. 76ers versus, I mean,
No,
the second
they
round.
who they are playing the
Yeah,
semis in
in
the
the
second
second
round.
round, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be 76ers versus the Bucks. 76ers versus Boston. 76ers versus the Heat again. It could be 76ers versus the Nets.
Hey, the
We don't know yet.
76ers,
You feel me?
the
We don't
76ers
know yet.
still should be upset
Miami's
regardless.
2-5 right
It
now,
should
so
feel
we
like
don't know yet.
what I'm saying for Joel Embiid, a player that's never been to a conference finals, like at this stage in his career, like that's should be like you done seen Jason Tatum get to 3 or 4 of them at this point. Like you should be like, I got to get to one. Like period. Like I ain't even saying that's the real goal, but it's
The
like
goal is
at
to
this
win. Yeah.
point it should be a failure. Like if I don't get it, that's
Yeah, if
the
I keep
bare
getting to the
minimum.
second round and getting bounced, man, where's that put me?
Yeah, like come
that's
on,
what,
man. You got to.
honestly, he has to start looking at that.
Yeah, because that goes to the conversation we had a week ago when we was talking about winning in stats. Like at the end of your career, we're not talking about your talent, we're not talking about your skill. At the end of what you have done with all your talent, all your skill, what career you made for yourself. When you look back on that, bro, and guys like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, and those guys, when they look back on that, nigga, they be like, damn, I should have won. I should have got
Oh
one.
yeah,
Like,
Honestly,
and it's like when you think about at this like just last year before the season started, nobody really thought Tatum was better than Embiid.
mm-hmm.
Fast forward 1 year later, everybody basically thinks Tatum is better than Embiid, and it's
yeah,
because they done seen like if Tatum's your best player, this is what you can get: a trip to the finals. You can't even get a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals with Embiid as your best player currently. That's what
true.
people see. Like if you truly are who you say you are, it'd be different if Tatum just so happened got to his first Eastern Conference Finals and first finals in the same year. That's one thing. But Tatum, as the best player on his team, has led his team to 2 or 3
I think
Eastern
it's
Conference
either
Finals.
3 or
Sure.
4 Eastern Conference. 3, I think.
Right. But I'm saying for sure, like 2 or 3, for sure that as he's the man, like he's done this.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I get it, but excuse me. I mean, I'm not gonna be mad at somebody saying Tatum better than B, but I gotta stick to my B better than Joker. So if Tatum is better than Embiid, I cannot sit here and say that Tatum is better than Joker.
I
It's
mean,
close to
you're not
me.
gonna say Tatum's not better than Joker. You're not gonna say he's better than Embiid because you think Embiid is better than Joker, right? Right.
I mean, I do too, but that's just.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's at this point, like I don't even know how that's a honest conversation no more.
Who has the
Like
better team? Fully healthy.
fully healthy right now. Like right now,
Let's look at prior years.
prior
Honestly,
years,
fully
Look at
healthy.
the bubble.
The Nuggets
prior
still had the
years, like
better team
don't
overall.
do that, Troy, because you know how we feel about the bubble, Troy.
I
Don't do
know,
that,
but
Troy.
I'm saying
Please,
one of
Troy,
these
don't do that.
guys, right? One of these guys has consistently been injured. So if you want to hold his injury and his longevity, he can't stay healthy against him being better than Jokic. I can fully understand that. But when you're matching skill for skill, it's not much more that Jokic does than Embiid. And the add-on thing that Jokic gives you, that does not move the needle enough for me to be like, all right, just because this guy does this, that makes him better. I can look at what Embiid does on the court and what Jokic does on the court and be like, all right, they're both very skilled, top 5 talented players or top 10 talented players, wherever you want to rank them. But as my preference as a big man, I'm definitely taking Embiid over Jokic.
I understand what you're saying, but it's just like to me, one is more impactful to
No,
winning,
100%.
and
But the other one could be
that's
just
Jokic.
as impactful if he was just
But
as healthy as Jokic.
but
Embiid can
that's
be just
not.
as impactful if he was as healthy as Jokic.
I feel the same way about Kawhi Leonard. Like when he's healthy and in the playoffs, that's the only player I'm like truly like thinking that can do anything with Giannis.
Mm-hmm. I can see
But
where you go with that.
right now, I just told somebody this about the Clippers. Like I'm worried about them. I need to see Kawhi Leonard play basketball.
I said the
I need
same
to see
thing.
you doing it. Like
No, I
at
think
some
they
point,
Same
rested him.
thing.
I think they
I
rested him.
don't care what they doing.
Yeah.
This don't look good to me.
Yeah, you can't.
I need to
I
see
just
the
feel like
man on the court.
you have to. He got to play at some point in time. You guys they have to play and they have to be on the court. And them Paul George and Kawhi have to be on the court at the same time because if you are expecting them
Thanks
rest
for the
him
gift
all
sub.
season, and then when you get to the playoffs, these guys are just supposed to turn it up and be.
Somebody anonymous dropped a gift sub. Sorry, Mulich. So I
Hey,
want to
bet,
say thank you. We
appreciate you,
appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
But go ahead, Mulich.
but you can't expect
Probably was
two
GJ.
perennial players to just drop into a playoff series and automatically gel when they haven't played a lot together like that. Like, and that's what I think the Clippers are kind of like. Oh, we're just gonna rest Paul George. We're gonna rest Kawhi. We're gonna rest John Wall. We're gonna. It's like no, these play have to play. They have to play at least. And this is just me. They have to
That's
play at
so
least
funny.
20 goddamn games together before they can actually really see how each other plays, weaknesses, strengths, where people's going to be at, how they're going to move, spacing, speed, everything. Like if you're expecting them to rest the whole season and then play 20 games together at the end of the season or 15 games together at the end of the season, that's not going to work out how they think it's going to work out.
Yeah,
That's just the way I feel about it.
yeah, I don't agree with you, Mr. NBA. Just for the simple fact that he's coming off a year-long injury, like a literally injury. So you have to work him back into basketball. Sure, you can't just throw Kawhi out there just because he's a superstar and be like, all right, figure it out. Like
Exactly.
even when KD came back, his first full year, he played 55 games. That's them working him back into basketball. Like that's what happens. You can't just throw him in the fire like Kawhi. You're going to play the first 25 games. No, he's probably going to play about 10 of those first 25 games. 15,
honestly,
the max. You know, if he's feeling good. That's Murray. That's how the Nets handle it. You can't look at the Murray type of player and compare him to a Kawhi type of player.
Yep.
That's how the Nets are handling it. Murray was ready to go. He told the coach, I'm confident. Whatever they seen in the offseason, Mr. NBA, that's what would lead them to be like, all right, you're going to start. And plus, those two players are vital, right, to taking that pressure off of Jokic at the start of the season so he's well rested and not tiring himself out towards the middle of the season. What Kawhi is, you have enough players there that can carry you to get wins. We've seen that last year. These players can get wins. So what you can do with Kawhi is different from what you can do with Murray and MPJ. Kawhi, you can afford to rest him more. With MPJ and Murray, if you do rest them more, you're putting the onus on Jokic to go out there and do what he did last year, which is carry the team to a win, which he does not need to do because he's a big guy. He's going to wear down his body. By the midseason, he's going to be tired. That All-Star break, he's going to need that to recuperate from what he had to do in the first part of the season. You don't want him to have to do that. He's your best player on the team. Yeah, you want him to go out there and shine, but you also want the guys around him to do that. I don't feel like the Clippers are in that same predicament where they need Kawhi to be out there right now. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he needs to be out there. I think they want to work him in slowly, get the wins, get them in position to be in the playoffs, and then put Kawhi in and then go full force. And then to answer Mulich with them not playing a lot together, that could be true. But what have they done when they play together? Buap, you muted.
Yeah, they look great together. Honestly, we know that, right? But it's still about right now that it's teams around them getting better, building chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at a certain point, I need to see.
But at what point do you risk him going out there and re-injuring himself and you not having him for a whole nother year?
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that play him if he's hurt. I'm saying
Kawhi was like, the claw, you're not going to say what you're going to say. Buap, you cut out. So we didn't hear you.
Oh, I said I thought like at a certain point, I'm thinking like Kawhi's been out a whole year basically. Like when he plays, like I'm thinking I'm going to at least get a decent sample size of him. Like I'm not seeing enough
like 55 games out
basketball
of him,
from
bro.
him. Like I need to see it though, Troy. That's what I'm telling you. I need to see it. Like I can't judge the Clippers.
No, I get it. I get it. You want to see
what?
Yeah, you want to see what kind of player Kawhi is after the injury he sustained. Me too. It's the same with Murray and MPJ. They might be doing good now, but how does that sustain throughout an 82-game season? Do they re-aggravate it? Do they injure it? Are they good to go? It's the same with Kawhi. But we all know with Kawhi, we got to stop doing this with Kawhi. We know Kawhi cares too much about his body to allow any team to rush him to do something he does not want to do. So it's
I'm
not. It's probably not
understand
even the
that.
Clippers. It's probably his training staff because he takes his staff with him wherever he
And
goes. So his training
that
staff is probably there, like, all right, this is how we're going to work him in to make sure that he's healthy towards the end of the season. Like, I get it.
that
You want to see him play, but he's probably going to play 55 games. I bet a
but
lot of
look,
people would have loved to see KD play 70 games, 65 games, 10 more games than what he played. But we didn't get to see that because he's coming off a leg injury, and legs are important in basketball. You don't want him to get injured again because he is that vocal piece or vital piece to your team. You need him. You had
no,
him.
and
You lost him
I'm
for the
not.
whole year.
That's what I'm not saying that either, though, Troy. I'm saying though, still, it still becomes a point where you
No,
want
he
to
got to get out
see
there and play 100%.
him play at least in 8 out of 14 games. Like I want to see that, like at least.
Yeah,
Like
but
I'm
we'll get.
just
I
saying,
think
like
we'll get
as of
there.
right now.
I think we'll get there later on in the season where they're starting to pick
But,
his workload up. They're not going to rush him back. We know this about Kawhi Leonard. That's all I'm saying. We know this
but I'm
about Kawhi.
saying though, like I
They
can't
did the
depend
same thing
on
in
you if you're not
Toronto, and
healthy
he
though.
won him a
Like,
championship. We
but
can't
what
forget
I'm
that.
still saying, you can't. I know that, right? He did do it in Toronto. But what I'm saying is that again, nobody was picking Toronto to win a title really that year because Kawhi was hurt, and then nobody know. Like you had your reason to be skeptical with Kawhi Leonard, just
Yeah,
like
no,
right now.
100%. But that's what
You
I'm
know,
saying.
you
I'm gonna trust the process with Kawhi, go through the steps I need to go to him because I know he has the ability to take my team over the top in the playoffs and win it and get us to win, get us to the spot where we can win a championship. That's and
but
I'm more looking at that than all right, at the start of the season, I need to play you the first 10 games, or I'm gonna need you to play the first 8 out of 14 or the first 10 out of the 20. Like I'm gonna work him in so then I know he's good. Paul George is probably not the same type of person. He probably doesn't want to be, held back. He wants to get out there and get his flow back. Kawhi ain't that guy, and we know that. It's not a knock against him. Not for me. You feel me? But that's what he
right,
is. I get you. You want to see him play, but we have to take that and wanting to see him play and take it into the player that he is, knowing that he's going to rest his body to make sure he's good.
right, and I get all of that, but and he's one player that for the most part, like he can get a pass. That's what the piggyback on what we're talking about.
I'm sorry, Boo.
Embiid can't get the pass.
No, I know. I'm
He's
sorry,
not
Boo.
the cyborg.
I'm
He's
sorry, Boo.
not the proven man. Kawhi Steph.
No, I get
See,
you, but I'm
every time I think of Joel Embiid, it's injury that holds him back.
no
And
100%.
it's a reason why he didn't win the first MVP Jokic won. He was hurt.
Hurt.
It's the reason why he didn't get past probably Miami this year. Because maybe if he is healthy, they get past
Pass
Miami.
him, yeah,
But
100%.
he's hurt.
I think so.
But
You know,
Embiid don't do
this
that
is the
much of
reality.
load management. Well, real quick, I think the same person, another anonymous gift came through, but it was 5 gifted subs. So we want to thank you for gifting 5 subs. Shout out to you. We would love to know your name so we can say it, but we get it. It's probably GK.
Shout out to you. We
It's
appreciate you,
probably
whoever you are, the
GK.
anonymous.
But if you're not
Appreciate
GK,
you.
man, that's much love to you, man. We appreciate you supporting us, man. It goes a long way. Trust us. Trust us. We got a lot of big things in store for you. But back to Boo. No, I get you, and I feel you, man. He does need to get out there and play. I get you, Mr. NBA, him being out there and him being out there does help his team. You need to see what he'd be like. But I think it's only 6 games into the season. We're going to see him. We're going to see him. What he played 2 games? We're going to see him.
Yeah,
We're
we
going
need
to
to
see
see
him.
him though. So
Yeah, we'll see.
because I got my predictions are the Clippers and the Bucks in the
Yeah, I know, but that's
finals.
what I'm saying. Just have a little faith. Have a little faith in me.
Yeah, it's just I'm
You
still
feel
firm.
me?
You know, I got to stand on what I believe in too. I still need to see that movie play out some so I can really make it realistic in my mind. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I can't
Mm-hmm.
give you the title or make you a title contender on paper always. I
No,
need to really
100%.
see it.
100%. They got to play like one. I
You know, the
100%
last
agree
time
with
we done seen the Clippers, they made it to the Western Conference Finals. Well, 2 years ago.
you.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, and
And that's why I'm saying I'm not panicking on those guys. Like they know the process they got to
but
go
that was
through.
2 years ago, man. I
That's
ain't
the
gonna lie.
process they got to go through. But you take out last year, they didn't have the best player, and they still damn near made the playoffs. Would have made the playoffs if it was the old format, but with the new playoffs, they had to play other teams and lose to those teams to not be in the playoffs. You feel me? But I'm not worried. I get you, but I'm not worried about the Clippers. Now, what we should be worried about Or are we worried about the Lakers? They won their first game last night.
And they celebrated like they won
And
the
they
finals.
fucking poured water, champagne, whatever they had in that bitch. I think I seen somebody in the back with a motherfucking water hose.
I swear, bro, damn near. I seen the same thing. I thought they was gonna bust up the champagne. No cap.
Yeah, be fucking worried. If you're a Lakers fan, you should be very fucking worried right now.
Very worried. I just told the homie.
Somebody gonna be like, you ain't worried about the Clippers, but you worried about the Lakers? Yes.
Yes.
And there's a main reason. If you don't see the thumbnail on YouTube, I got it up there. It might be a little fucked up, but I got it up there. All right.
I'm worried about those guys.
If you don't understand
Russ looked
that
good last night, but
Russell is not a fit, and none of those. It's not just Russ. I'm tired of just hearing Russ. There's a lot of players on that team that's not a fit.
Absolutely.
LeBron needs sharp shooters around him. Sharp shooters, not shot creators, or like he needs sharp shooters, guys that you can hit and they're gonna pop it. But guess who else needs that? Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
So you have two guys on the team that need the same thing, and you don't have that. So even bringing Russell off the bench doesn't help you.
It helps you more though.
It helps you more. It just doesn't help people.
Unit.
It doesn't help the team in the way it needs to help the team because they don't have those role of players that they need.
I knew it. I had a feeling it had to be you, GK. It had to be.
No, it to me it helps the team though. Like
GK just donated 25 subs to the chat. Thank you, GK. That you can
actually let Russ be Russ on the second unit.
Love GK right there.
That's the thing. 31? It helps the team. Because Russ isn't Russ right now, or hasn't been Russ. Like everybody be like, "Oh, Russ is just doing Russ things," but that's not the truth. Russ is playing a stagnant pace of basketball. He's not who he is. But at least on the second unit, he's the guy now, and he can give you that energy. Not to say that it's going to be enough to get him over the hump, because I'm still saying, like, for the most part, they're in trouble. But I do think that's a direction that could be best. It's no pressure on Russ. He can just come in and piggyback off of whatever the Lakers doing. Like, they can't say shit if they don't start him right and the Lakers is still down 10-15 when they bring him in the game. It's not his fault that they down 10-15. Now he can just play. Hey, listen, I'm gonna just do what I do. Y'all can't say shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I mean. Like, I think that just helps the team from that standpoint. Not to the point where it's gonna, because I still think I thought they could be a top 6 seed in the West. Now they lucky if they scratch the play-ins. Like, at this point, they're lucky.
With the Russ thing, I just think that him coming off the bench, like you said, it does help them a lot because, as you've seen, even in last night's game, like when they were down and the starters went out and Russ came in, like he was allowed to just do what the fuck. Hey, just go to the basket, bro, create shots, find open people, and then he, essentially brought them back into the game and got them back into the game. So it's like that role for him is definitely beneficial to the team, but I still think at the end of the day, they need, in order to bring them out of this slump, because it's a long season. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are 0-5 or they are 1-5 right now. I get it. But, like, they got to make some moves somewhere. Like, they have to make a move for some shooters somewhere in order. And if they want to at least, like you said, sniff the play-ins right now, because, like, you can't have LeBron and an inconsistent AD. And I told everybody this before the season. I said, bro, you can't rely on Anthony Davis anymore. I understand what he did in the bubble. I understand, say the type of player that he was prior, but now he's accumulated too many injuries in a short time span. That many small. It doesn't matter if they're small, if they're big, if they're major. It doesn't matter. That many injuries in a short time span to where it hinders or keeps the player off the court. It's not good for the player. They're essentially never going to be the type of player that they were because they can't get that consistent they can't get that consistent look on the court. They can't get that consistent work in. They're always taking time off for this, taking time off for that. Oh, I got this ailment. Now we're starting to see that AD is not the type of player that he was, that we've seen in the bubble, because now he can't be as consistent as he was before. Can't be as consistent on the defensive side. He can't be as consistent on the offensive side. Now you're starting to see him come up more hobbled, more, oh shoot, well, I got to sit out because of my back. Or I got to sit out because of this. I got to sit out because of that. That's not good for any kind of superstar player or any kind of team that wants to be able to make a wave or make a crash into the playoffs or into the postseason, because you don't necessarily know when he's going to be available, and when he is going to be available, you don't know how he's going to necessarily look, because he's still trying to find his rhythm, trying to find his shot, trying to get back in rhythm on defense, etc. So I just it's just not looking good for them, that and personnel wise. Like I feel like they need to make some personnel changes in order for them to turn around this season before it gets too out of hand. But Russ in the second unit, I think they kind of found a gem there. If they can surround him with some nice players, he's solid.
I think you need to trade Anthony Davis if I'm the Lakers.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. If I'm a Laker fan, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'm just saying.
I would trade all of them. People think I would trade LeBron, AD, and Russ. Because can't neither one of them be your best player and win you a title no more. I don't think LeBron can.
I
don't think LeBron can last like through a whole playoff run no more as your best player. Like in the regular season and in the playoffs. Like I don't think he can do that no more. I know some people that's crazy to say. He just averaged 30. Yeah, but it's like it was the most ineffective 30 points we ever seen LeBron ever put up in his life.
Literally.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, he can put up numbers. If y'all want to see him put up numbers, he gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, can he be a top 20 player and win a title? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, he can be that. So like, but I don't know. Like, I don't think you can trade AD and get a player better than AD. I think you can get some complementary pieces, some picks maybe, but I don't think you're gonna get somebody that's gonna be better than
LeBron ain't sticking around for that.
And exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'll trade LeBron too.
LeBron is not sticking around for
trading them all, man. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, I think the Lakers just at this point it's scary for them because I don't know what they can really bring in. Like everybody talking about maybe Kyrie gonna open up, and I don't see how that's like. I don't see why would Brooklyn make that move. What they gonna do?
And I don't see how Kyrie helps them that much, to the point where they're out of that slump, to the point where it's like now, we got Kyrie over. Our season's turned around now. It's like I get it. I get the move.
Right now, though.
Oh, Kyrie's balling right now. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think that Kyrie alone is going to turn that tide for the Lakers.
They need shooters, like multiple.
But you know what? I think Kyrie can give them what they trying to get, what they were quote unquote trying to get from Westbrook, which is somebody that can hold the offensive load down for LeBron during the regular season.
I can understand.
Yeah,
but Kyrie can do that.
Kyrie still need people to pass it to too. He needs shooters to pass it to because he's going to open up a lot of space for him. It's the same thing that they did on the Cavs. Him and LeBron was able to kick it so easily because they both open up space.
You're right. I'm not saying he make him a title.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying it. I wouldn't go there if I'm Kyrie because now I'm in a worse predicament than I am with the Nets.
No, I don't think you're in a worse predicament. I think you're in the same predicament.
No, I think you're in a worse predicament. The Nets can turn their season around. I don't think the Lakers can. The Nets have the pieces to turn their season around. The Lakers don't, unless they make a move. The Nets as constructed. Ben Simmons is fine. Even if you move Ben Simmons out, when you get TJ, depending on what TJ Warren's going to look like, when you get set back, when Patty Mills start, they're all going to they're going to be fine. Like the Lakers is the question mark. Like, are they going to be fine? I don't think that's the same team.
You said who fine? B. Hammond?
Who? No, I said you can move Ben Simmons out the way. You can just move him when PJ Warren, SP, Seth come back. Like there'll be when Joe Harris gets up to speed. Like when he gets fully, they'll be fine.
They're just not playing good defense right now.
I don't think they got to find an answer on the defensive end. That's the only question. If they can't do that, then no, you guys are right. Then they're going to be a bottom team because teams are just going to score 140 points in them every night. You feel me? But that's the Nets. But one thing, since we're back on the Nets, did any of you guys see Steve Kerr's throwing this stuff as he got ejected from the game last night.
Bro, that was the craziest shit I've ever seen from fucking from Steve Nash. Bro, I had never seen Steve Nash act like that ever, like ever. Even in the league, bro, when he was like a player, I ain't seen him act that irate, bro, to the point where he was like that, bro. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, bro, hold on, wait, what is going on out there on the court? You know, like that's crazy.
He know he about to get fired.
I mean, I can understand the energy because he's like, bro, I got to show these guys like I should I fucking care at least, right? But
Yeah, he know what's
that
going on.
that was crazy. I had never seen Steve Nash act like that, bro. I was like, whoa, who is this
He
guy?
know what's going on, man. I'm telling you, he know. Like the minute is finna happen. Like, and he don't wanna, cause like this could be your last job for a while too.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, you ain't
Like,
getting what's that
I
guy
wouldn't doubt
name?
that.
Luke Walton
you going
treatment. You
like
ain't
you
getting a
not
Luke
finna.
Walton.
Yeah, you not finna get no head coaching job right away, bro. Like
Yeah,
You better go
you
sit on
finna
the
have
bench and
to.
get some
He
knowledge.
gonna have to earn that again. Like,
Yeah, you better just
absolutely.
sit on the bench and
and
learn
I
some
don't
Absolutely.
think
knowledge.
he will.
Maybe
He
it just ain't
because
for him. Not everybody could be a
it
coach.
ain't just for every.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
You took the
everybody
it's
could
words
be a
right
true.
out of
coach.
my mouth, man.
True.
For one, Steve Nash is too nice of a guy to me. Honestly, like that's why it was funny as hell to see him get that tech. Like he's a nice guy. Like
That's why I was shocked. I was like, wait, Steve
Give
Nash?
me the
What?
check. He
What?
was telling them,
right,
just
What?
give it to me. They need it. They need it. Give it to me. You don't
please,
give me the check, I'm gonna see
my
your son
job
and
is
push
on
him
the line.
down.
And they should just to me they should just make D'Antoni the coach.
Fuck that.
I mean, they don't
He'll
play
be better
defense
than
anyway, might
Nash.
as well.
Yeah, let's
He'll be
go to
better than
no.
Nash.
Yeah, D'Antoni will fix the defense 100%.
I mean, they'll
They
score like
offense looks
Get
shitty
rid of
too,
Nick
Troy.
no.
Claxton.
They
Get
they
rid of Nick
offense looks
Claxton.
shitty
We
too though,
don't need
Troy.
Nick Claxton. Send him
They
somewhere else. Get
they
me
offense looks
PJ
shitty too though,
from the
Troy.
76ers. PJ, come on back over here and be
At
my
least they'll
center again.
guarantee to score 150 a game with D'Antoni, though. I ain't gonna
But
lie to
oh,
you.
I forgot D'Antoni finna take Doc job. That's who job he finna take.
That's where he's at.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah. He finna take Doc job. I
I
He
don't
should
forgot
doubt
just
he
that
the
at
give
all.
which
GM.
called the job.
They
The
gonna-
guy that was the Warriors.
Because Doc
Mark
Doc on the
Jackson.
hot seat too. He
Mark
don't
Jackson would be a good fit for the Knicks.
Mark Jackson, I think the game done passed him up, man.
Yeah, I
Well, we
think
don't know
they think
because
his op might be
they was like, fuck
done.
you ain't getting another job. We don't know what he could have done with another team.
Oh, I ain't
I just think
disputing
his
that. I'm just
opportunity
saying,
is
I
just
think
done now.
Yeah.
it's been 10 years, man. It's kind of like they was talking about Jeff Van Gundy, like James. They was
Jeff.
trying to bring Jeff Van Gundy in Houston, and James Harden was like, hell no.
Hell no.
Like,
Because
come
they
on.
the top guys always like the older guys because they understand what the big bosses need, and then they'll please to them. They'll appeal to them like, all right, this is what you need. This will get done. Brian Flores. Take this 100K and take a vacation. We gonna take it for a little bit. You feel me?
Go get Tom Brady or you're fired.
Right.
What?
Whoa, hold on.
I quit.
Facts.
I've got a better chance of getting Gazelle. Right? I got a better chance of getting Gazelle. You sure you need
I'm and
time?
I quit.
You sure you
I'm
need
pissing on
time?
y'all and I quit.
You feel me? You sure you need time? Cause
I could go get one of them, but it ain't gonna be Tom Brady.
yeah, I can get you Tom Bellinger. Like I can get you his father.
I'm
Tommy.
gonna get you Tom Brady Jr. How about that?
I can get you Tommy off a Ghost.
I heard he graduated 2030. It's good. Don't worry about it. We'll be ready for it.
Yeah, we'll be ready for it. You feel me? Do the LeBron with it. But Steve Nash. All right, I want to get to this Murray. Did any of you guys see the Jamal Murray comments about? I don't know if it was real. Let me preface by saying it, but I saw a picture that he had tweeted something towards the Lakers when they beat them, that they only was good in the bubble.
I mean,
I don't know if it was by Ballsack Sports.
Jamal, you can't really talk because
right. But if it's true, what do you guys feel about it's true? Jamal Murray saying they were only good in the bubble.
I mean,
Nigga, you was only good in the bubble too.
I mean,
That's
I
the
mean,
only reason why I think it's fake because you can't say that if you came out in the bubble. If your coming out party was in the bubble, you can't say that. Because LeBron coming out party been for the last 20 years. You feel me? Like that's
Yeah.
a that's a 20-year coming out party. Like it didn't end yet. It didn't even nobody even got drunk yet at his party. You understand what I'm saying? Like you can't be coming out saying like yeah, you only good in the bubble when you was only good in the bubble. It's like MJ Warren coming out like, yeah, I'm better than everybody because of the bubble. Like, no. That's why we discredit the bubble so much, man. Because people feel like, and I'm not saying Murray's not a good player. He's a great player. You feel me? Like, he does his thing. Do your thing, man. I'm not going to knock you. But at the end of the day, I would like to see more from you. Just like they would like to see more from, Anthony Davis and them guys. Noodle leg Anthony Davis.
I mean, it's funny because I just seen the like all the comments that everybody was talking about on that tweet, and somebody said that Jamal Murray hasn't even played since the bubble, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that's facts, but Jamal Murray, man, you shouldn't be so loud. I mean, if it is true,
Through
you shouldn't
6
be so
games,
loud.
Jamal Murray is 14 points, 3 rebounds. I mean, 3 rebounds and 3 assists.
You probably
You
shouldn't be so
gotta give
loud.
him some time,
100%.
Like my,
Michael Porter
shout out
Jr.
G baby.
Michael,
G baby
Michael
probably
Porter
say, give
Jr.
him some time, let him get the
Michael
rust
Porter
off,
Jr. Through 6 games is 18.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 1.2 assists.
That's solid. It's pretty solid.
Jamal
What's
Murray
the
is turning the
shooting?
ball over
What's the
2.2
shooting
times a
split?
game in the first 6 games.
What's that? That ain't bad.
That's not bad. But see, what I like to see is Jokic
Look
is
at
at
turnovers.
21. I would like Jokic to get up to at least 25. Right? 25 and 11 is great. 25, 26, and 11 is great for Jokic because that takes a little bit of the pressure off him. But for me, for them to be a champion team, Porter has to do what he's doing. 19 and 8 is great from him because he's their third option. Or he could be the
Absolutely.
second. I don't know. But Murray, when he gets into form, because I am not going to say him like he's not doing. No, he has to get into basketball shape. I keep the same consistency. I know before Mel and them came, I don't even know if Mel is consistent. We gotta check the radar on Mel. Mulich is still out for judgment, but me and Boo are the most consistent people on here. You feel me? So he does need time to acclimate himself, his body, and back to the NBA. But nah, he needs to pick that up to at least 20 and 5.
I'm gonna go like
I think more.
23 and 6.
Yeah. I'm thinking in a perfect world, Jamal Murray is the leading scorer on the team.
Nah,
In
Jokic
a
is too
perfect
dangerous
world.
offensively.
Yeah, but what makes him so dangerous is not so much that he's a prolific scorer, is
No,
he's a
because he can
prolific
pass. Yeah.
passer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So if he
He
can
has 8
stay
assists on the season right now.
22 right there, 22, 13, and 8, those are perfect numbers for Jokic to me. If you got
Yeah,
Jamal Murray giving you 25 a game and then Porter Jr. giving you about 18 a game, perfect numbers for
But
Jokic.
see, that in the real world, I think that's going to translate to Jokic giving you 25 a game, Murray giving you 20, and Porter
But
giving
if
you
that
around 20.
happens, I think that makes the Nuggets more vulnerable.
It could.
It makes them.
And that's why I say
do what you say, Troy. It puts too much on Jokic when
on
he has
Jokic,
to
and
stay
Mhm.
that's why I say that I don't think the Nuggets can win a championship yet. It's because when all else fails, they're going to put the onus on Jokic.
I agree.
Yep.
That's what most teams do. When
That's
it's
why I don't
not
think the
working, they're gonna go to their
76ers is
best
going
player.
to that's why I think the 76ers has a chance to get out of that because they have James Harden. James Harden's back in shape. He wants to show he can still play a game. So if all else fails, you don't have to throw that shit on just Embiid back. You can throw some of that pressure on James Harden back.
I agree.
That's the type of player you need on the Nets. And I don't know, G baby, if MPJ or Murray is that type of player that can take that pressure with Jokic, because we know Jokic can take it and live up to it. No
True.
question about that. But he needs another guy there that can do it. Can MPJ be that? Sure, he can be that. I'm not going to knock him and say he can't be that.
I agree. I agree.
I gotta see.
I think
I
the
gotta
big
see
question
Porter's
around
percentages.
MPJ. I think the big question about MPJ right now would be, can he do it in the playoffs?
He's shooting damn near 50% from the field, and it was
I,
40,
I, I think
46.9, 47, and then 49 from 3 point.
I think it's more so will he be healthy? Like this kid got a real back injury,
Mm-hmm.
and I think if he can remain healthy,
I can tell you
it'll
from the
tell it
back
all.
problems, bro.
That's
I can,
true though. That's true though. That's very true though. I mean,
I
with
can tell you, I
to
got back
me,
problems. I got arthritis in my back. I got a bulging disc and a herniated disc that pinches my sciatic nerve. So I can tell you that shit. And even when you think, oh, they basketball players, just go have surgery. That fucks your back up more.
yep, it sure does. My cousin had back surgery, and his back
It
has never been the same.
fucks
So,
your back up more. That's why my doctor won't let me have surgery. When I first started going through mine 2 years
smart
ago, my
man,
doctor would not let me go through surgery. Well,
smart
you're not
man.
kidding me. You're not
Honestly,
kidding me. Because having back problems and MPJ, that's a big question mark. Yeah, he's a good player. He
mm-hmm.
can be a great player, but it's the same question mark on that some people have on Embiid. I just think Embiid gave us enough of a sample size to know what type of player he is for me to
True.
be confident to say that you could put him in a conversation with Jokic. But what conversation or what has MPJ really shown you from the one season averaging 19 on good splits that he can stand amongst the other guys? Like I don't know. He hasn't shown me anything yet. It's the same with
And
Murray. Murray hasn't
and
really shown me anything yet outside of him going off in the bubble.
yeah, and that's exactly why I asked. Like, would MPJ be able to do it in the playoffs to be able to propel the Nuggets over a team that people don't really see them beating? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he going to be healthy enough to be there for one? And even if he is healthy enough to be there, is he still going to have the same numbers or potentially better? Can he step up on specific roles to help that team get over, a specific type of hump? Because if he's going to continue to average 18, 19, if he can step up into the playoffs and average and step those up and average maybe 20, 21, and then average step up the rebounding and even step up on the defensive side, then it's like we could be talking about some things here. But it's like we have to be able to not only see it on the court because you have to be there, but we have to be able to see you produce it and put it together on the court, on in front of these perennial teams
And
on
see
these stages.
now that I'm looking at it, MPJ has scored 22 twice in this in his first 6 games. 18, 17, and 17 is the other 3 games. Well, if they play 5, I'm sorry, they play 5 games, 2, 4, yeah, 5. They lost 2-1-3. So if MPJ could be that guy and be the second option on the team behind Jokic, then hey, shoot for it. Shoot for it, because I mean this guy could literally score. It's just a question on him is, can he stay healthy? He's a good free throw shooter. He's a good 3-point shooter. He's a good inside scorer. Like he can get to the basket. He don't forget the talk that was on him. I don't forget the talk that was on him when he was coming to the league. Or he's gonna be the next this guy. He's like, I want to see it out of the guy. My problem is like in today's age where all the young kids getting into sports, like it's too much of the, oh, this guy is the best, or this guy is the best, or this guy is this. And it's like, can we wait till they show it to us? Can we wait till we see it? Can he play 5 years first before we see if he can do that consistently? Like, we want to anoint everybody when it's like nobody
Oh
deserves to
yeah,
be really anointed. Like, even Giannis, we could tell he was going to be something great in the league, but he took a lot of criticism coming up his last 4 years. A lot of criticism to
we
get to the
love
point of him
crowning him.
winning, to get to the point of fucking winning a championship. That's what you want to see. Tatum went through a lot of adversity. A lot of people were saying break him and Brown up, and then those guys put it together and get to a final. Like, that's what you want to give these young guys a chance for. Like that Wilmington dude, or whatever his name is, when he come in the league, he gonna be on a suck team. Everybody, oh, he's supposed to make the team better. He sucks. He ain't doing it. He just
What you
passed
call him,
that.
Troy? What
He's
you call him?
Wilmington,
Wilmington.
the tennis, fucking tennis.
Yeah.
Talk about Victor Wembanyama.
Wilmington, think of that fucking Serena Williams and shit.
I call him Victor Wilberg, so y'all better than me.
Listen, I'm calling him Wilmington. That's what I'm calling him. You feel me? But now, like, I want to see something out these guys. I don't think the Nuggets could win a championship with just Jokic being their final piece. And I think if they come up against the Warriors again, I think they're going to put the pressure on Jokic to get it done, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. MPJ and I was about to say Moody. MPJ and Murray needs to play a vital role in them getting past these teams that they're going to play. Because just like you said about the Clippers earlier, Buwa, about teams around them getting better, you need to see Kawhi play. It's the same for this team, because teams around the Nuggets are getting better too. So even though G Baby used to say like, "Oh, we were a top 3 seed healthy for the last 4 or 5 years, whatever it is, 4 years," that's fine. You can be a top 3 seed. You can be in that conversation of the contenders to win a championship. But when it gets to crunch time, do you have what it takes? And I don't think the Nuggets have what it takes. That's just me. And it's too many teams around them that's coming up. You got Memphis that is coming up. You feel me? Like you got Phoenix that's 5-1 right now.
Yeah, still there. The Pelicans that are.
And I tried to tell people. I know it's early, but I tried to tell you guys that Suns are still going to be in position of 1 and 2. It's the regular season. They're going to play their fucking asses off. They're going to be in that position to be in a 1 and 2 spot. And then you got the Warriors who struggling right now, but they're going to get it together. You got New Orleans. Too. Yeah, you got New Orleans who's figuring things out. I know BI went down, but when BI come back, that's a hard duo to stop. And I tried to tell you guys on this podcast too. CJ McCollum, BI, and Zion fully healthy. I don't know what you do with that team on defense. I just don't know what you do.
Very. That's just hard to defend, honestly.
I don't know what you do with the New Orleans Pelicans. I just don't know what you do with them. Don't know because BI could give you 30, CJ can give you 30, and then Zion can give you 30.
I think the Clippers can defend that though, but
because they got defense.
Most
but I don't.
Teams can't. Like
I just don't. The way, and this is the thing about the Pelicans, real quick. This is the thing about the Pelicans, real quick.
Zion's shitting on Zubac or whatever.
Hey, on the inside, Zion is looking crazy right now.
He's going shit on Zubac in that matchup.
But it's about another player, Jonas Valanciunas, because that's who he would be guarding. Valanciunas is legit.
And Zubac will have to guard him. Zubac will have to guard Jonas, because Jonas he's a Bible. He's like in that
Jonas just had a 30 and 17 game the other night.
I was just gonna say he just had 30 and 17 the other night.
That's what they thought Vooch was gonna be. That's what they thought Vooch was gonna be giving the Bulls. But all I keep saying too is like fit. Right, he has.
Vooch has been playing that this season. He's playing pretty good.
When you get the right player that fits in the right system, that dude is going to do amazing things. Amazing things.
True.
But people don't understand that players can be in a bad fit. They can be in a bad system, a system that just don't work for them. Westbrook. That just doesn't work for them. You feel me? Like, you need to find the right players to fit your system so they can produce at the maximum level. And I think that's what the Pelicans are going to give you. I think they have the right pieces in the right spot to shock somebody this year and find themselves in the Western Conference Finals. And game 7, 2 minutes left, they up 2. Like, I can see it. And they got to fight their hearts out to win that game. It could go either way to get to a finals. I can see it. Pelicans are that nice. Only thing they're missing is camaraderie. They get some of that throughout the season, learn each other, play. And they've been together almost 2 years. CJ just got there last year, but BI and Zion's been there, 2 years. So now you got that extra element of a guy that can give you 25 every night. Zion giving you 25. CJ giving you 25. BI giving you 25. That's 75 fucking points. A night. And if somebody down, the other one steps up. And then we're not even talking about Valanciunas. We're not even, however I say, we're not even talking about him and what he gonna give you, Mr. 37 and 7. We're not even talking about that, what he gonna give you on a night basis. That's a hard team to stop.
Very hard.
And I think that's the concept the Bulls were going with Zion, Zach, and Rosen with what's the center name again? On the Bulls. Vucevic. I think that's what the Bulls were trying to do there too. It's like make a monster where the offense is so hard to stop. Because it's not like one way you need to do it. It's not just Golden State way. There's other ways you can do it. I think we're going to see the Pelicans do that. Yeah, they're going to lose some games. I'm not saying they're going 82-0. They already lost 2 games. You feel me? But I think they could find themselves in the top 4, top 5 seed.
Absolutely. Especially with the way
poised to have a chance to beat some teams out and get to a Western Conference final with the opportunity to make it to a final.
And that would be good even without BI and Zion.
That would be good for them because they're young. That experience getting there. If you don't think, even if Boston doesn't make it back this year, if Boston get beat by the Bucks, don't think that experience they got in that finals just goes away. No, they keep that. And they know what it takes to get there. Now they just got to execute. Well, basketball is about execution. You have to execute. And
not to mention last year, they felt like they could have won this series against the Suns. Like You can't sit here and tell me that they didn't feel like they couldn't beat the Suns last year, even without Zion and with Bi and with McCollum. Like with the squad that they
Whatever.
had last year,
We can end in like 5.
taking Phoenix to however many games they took them to last year. You can't tell me as a basketball player that they didn't think that they wasn't gonna be able to win that series. Period. Especially after they got that first game, they're like, hold on, wait a minute, we can beat these guys, bro. Like we don't have Zion, like we're not even at full strength,
Sure.
and we stole a game, and then they still another. Like, bro, we can beat these guys. So now at full strength with all of these players and all these pieces, they're like, yo, we can beat these guys. Like we can come up and steal a series from one of these players, from one of these teams, bro. Like one of these top teams.
All you need to do is steal one in the first round and then get the matchup you want in the second round.
And that's it.
And now you're in the Western Conference Finals.
How you're in the Western Conference Finals.
Now you're in the Western Conference Finals.
Just like
it's not easy. We're not saying it like it's easy, but I just think the Pelicans have enough to get it done.
And I think they have that mindset, like we can fucking do this. When a team buys in, it's a whole different type of game. And I think they've bought in like, yo, I know we're young. I know we might have some injuries here and there. I know we might, you know what I'm saying? We're still trying to gel and get everything together. But looking at what we did last year compared to how we're looking this year, especially when we get to full strength, we can fucking beat some teams, bro. Like we're going to be formidable, especially in the playoffs. And I think if they go into these series with that mindset, it's going to be a lot different for a lot of teams. A lot of people are going to be shocked, like, whoa, the Pelicans? Like, yeah, the Pelicans, they're not here to play no games. They're here for business. And I think that they feel like, yo, we can take some of these teams out.
Teams ain't gonna want to see them in the playoffs, bro. If they start gelling, teams ain't gonna want to see them in the playoffs because Zion is a monster to handle down low. You can't get your bigs out the paint because you let your bigs down the paint. It's just Zion back cuts all day and out.
Him and Valanciunas is gonna eat all day.
All day. You got to be able to defend the perimeter and the motherfucking paint, and that's gonna be hard to do against the Pelicans. I want to end on a happy note for me. Just the start of the season, so I'm not gloating too much. But I told these niggas, you feel me, that the Portland was going to be nice.
You did.
I said Portland's going to be a good team this year. Now, they're not staying in the number one seed. All right, I'm not going to be delusional here. I'm a consistent person. All right, I'm consistent. They're going to drop to like 6, maybe 7. You feel me? Find themselves in a play-in. That's where I got them. I'm being realistic. But I told you guys, Portland got something to prove. They got a new piece in Jeremy Grant. I know he didn't contribute in one of the games, but Dame Lillard, Dame Dollar, check the watch when there's no watch there. Mr. I got the time. No, you don't. Listen, he's back. All right? He's back. And he dropped the 41 piece already. Or was it 41? I think it was 41. Dropped the 41
I know there was something like that for sure.
I mean, you can't expect, though. You can't expect people to not have some type of like. It's not so much that people didn't trust Dame. It's just the West is tough.
No, 100%. That's why I say I could see them take in the play-in. Now, if it was just a regular format,
I think based on what I'm seeing now, though, they could be a playoff team. I don't even.
No, 100%.
I think they look more of a playoff team than the Lakers right now.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why we did it early in the season when we was eliminating teams, and I told you Portland could fit in there at 6, 7. At 6 and 7, 6 they would miss the play-in, 7 they're in the play-in. You feel me? But I wouldn't be shocked if Portland could get enough wins to finish as a 5 seed. And like we said before, the West is going to be 1 game here, 2 games here. It's going to be very close. And I just think the Portland has enough talent to pull some of these games out. It's the regular season. Now, when they get to the playoffs, that's a different story. Are they going to be able to win games in a series against the same team? And while teams are figuring them out, are they going to be able to figure other teams out? Somebody else going to be able to step up like the Nuggets and help Dame Dollar consistently in the playoffs? We don't know. We just don't know. But I told you they were going to be a pretty good team. They said the Kings will finish above. That's what GK said. The Kings will finish above Portland. Portland's 5-1 right now. The Kings are 1-4. So I don't want to hear about the Kings this, Kings that. Can they turn it around? Sure they can. Do I think they are? Fuck no. You feel me?
De'Aaron Fox balling though.
Hey, you know what you guys say? Empty stats.
I wouldn't call them empty stats, but I just don't think the team's that good. Like,
so what's Sabonis doing?
Not much. not beating
trade him somewhere.
Sabonis. They
Sabonis
just
playing
traded for him.
28 minutes, 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. You can round it up. It's not
That's not
bad.
bad, but it ain't
Because
ideal.
you got 5 guys scoring in double digits. So you got Aaron Fox with 28 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. You got K Murray. I don't know. Let me check his first name. Keegan
Yeah,
Murray.
he's a rookie
You
this
need
year.
Sabonis still to be like 20 and 10.
Yeah, but you got Keegan averaging 19, 4 and 1 assist. Then you got Hunter. Is that Hunter or Herter?
That's
Kevin
Herter
Herter
from
from
Herter.
Atlanta last
Herter
year.
is averaging 17, 3 and 4. And then you got Harrison Barnes with 10, 5 and 3. So it's not a bad outing. Everybody's contributing, but I mean, you definitely want Sabonis to pick up his points. He needs to be. Yeah,
shit ain't working.
Yeah, Keegan, we love you, bro, but you got to take a step back. Nah, you can't have your young guys taking steps back. You want them to shine so they develop into who they are. So maybe Sabonis ain't going to fit the team because they ain't letting go of Fox. Fox is there. You know, Harrison Barnes seems like he's there. How many times did he play on the damn Kings?
Man, they can trade Harrison Barnes stuff.
They definitely, but I think they want his veteran presence in like
maybe.
I'm shocked that Davion Mitchell isn't doing a little bit more in his first 6 games. He's averaging 4 points.
Yeah, that's mid.
He hasn't necessarily been playing well either when he's in the game though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, but he's also a defensive guy.
Yeah, but
he's a Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, he's good. He just hasn't been playing particularly well, so I think that's affected his minutes.
All right, so before we end, give me one team out of the top 8 right now that's not going to be in this position. In the East, we have Milwaukee, Cavs, Boston, Atlanta, Knicks, Toronto, Wizards, Bobcats. I mean, Hornets. Raptors.
The Raptors ain't top 8?
They're in 6.
And you said the Hornets?
Hornets is 8.
The Hornets.
Give me one team that you don't think is going to beat it.
The Hornets.
Toronto
gonna be there, whether it's the play-in or not. I'm going Wizards. I don't think the Wizards.
Actually, yep. Give me the Wizards, man, because I don't know. I think the Wizards always kind of start off like this, and then you just like look up and you be like, bro, what happened?
You said
the Wizards is 8 right now.
Wizards is 8, right? No, 7. They're 7.
7.
Yeah.
They got the same record as the Knicks, Toronto, and the Hornets. They're all 3 and 3.
Scratch that. My pick is the Knicks, bro. My pick is the Knicks. I don't care. It's the Knicks.
I'm going Wizards.
The New York Knickerbockers. That is
all right. So West, we got Portland, Suns, San Antonio, Utah, the Pels, Memphis, Minnesota, and then Denver.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm going Utah. Utah will not be in the playoffs.
I'm gonna go San Antonio.
This is 2 easy ones.
Crazy. That's crazy.
But that's
everybody expected them to take, but look at them. That's freaking wild.
But who do you replace them with? So if you only taking 2 of those teams out, which is San Antonio and Utah, you still got Dallas out, you got Golden State out, you got the Clippers out. It's 3 that got to get in.
One of them. We
that's
just know that Utah and San Antonio.
Hey,
2 of them getting in, and one of them not gonna make it.
No, all 3 could get in because of the play-in, but I'm just talking about the top 8 seeds. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I wish it was just
teams that we took out definitely not gonna make it, and 2 of them 3
they
teams.
Both 5 and 2, which is shocking. You know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think
Greg Popovich set us up.
I would say that too, honestly.
When he was like, "Oh, don't go bet on us," I think he set us up. He got those guys that believe in themselves, and they're gonna play hard every fucking day.
I just think that's Pop teams anyway, though. That's Pop's teams.
Fuck Wilmington.
Like,
we ain't going after him.
Nick Wilburn.
We ain't going after Wilmington.
Coach. Pop gonna coach, man. He gonna get
different names on his.
He gonna have you. He gonna always put a team out there that's respectable. Like, they gonna usually lose the game in the 3rd or 4th quarter. Like, that's just the reality. They gonna be in a scrap with you the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
That's just great coaching.
Yeah. But
That is cool.
You already know. Let's do
yeah,
this.
let's do
That
it.
is
Final
definitely
thoughts,
cool.
guys. We at the end of the show. Thank you guys for sticking around. Shout out to GK again for donating 31 subs. Kind of feel it from the first one. I was like, yo, this. I said it. I'm gonna rewind the tape. I said, yo, this probably GK. Because who donates sub anonymously?
Hey, we'll take it though. Appreciate you, GK.
Appreciate it,
Oh
GK.
God,
You
appreciate
feel
you,
me?
brother.
Appreciate it. But final thoughts, movie.
Y'all know what it is, man. Follow the sports TikTok. Follow the sports Twitter. Hey, man. Come fuck with us on From the Sideline, y'all. Y'all don't know we going some crazy stuff over here, man. I got everything in the bios, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff like that. Y'all can find the links, all the stuff in my bio. Come fuck with us, man. We got some real stuff going on over here, man. Warriors back-to-back. Stop playing with me.
But what?
Man, you already know, man. Let's see Wednesday.
Word. You know, you feel me and all that good stuff.